Welcome to another Sinister Sunday. Today we're going to do the Philippines and a few places in the Philippines. And today we'll start with Zagara, where people there have some unique burial rituals. The elders carve their own coffins out of hollowed logs, and if they're too weak or ill, their families will help them or do it instead. The dead are then placed in these coffins, sometimes breaking their bones to fit them in the process, and the coffins are brought to a cave for burial. Instead of being placed into the ground, the coffins are either hung inside the caves or on the face of the cliffs near their ancestors. The Sagada people have been practicing such burials for over 2,000 years, and some of the coffins are well over a century old. Eventually, the coffins deteriorate and then they fall from their place. The reason for hanging them is because they believed then the spirit had less way to go up and they'd have a greater chance of a peaceful afterlife. They do have some other beautiful cemeteries there. They do have one in the Philippines that's actually sunken. On May 1st, 1871, the island's Mount Vulcan Dam erupted and destroyed the town. A major portion of what was Catarman sank underwater, most of which was covered by volcanic materials. The old cemetery sank as well, and for several years the old tombstones could be seen during low tide. And this gave a lot of people saying that the spirits were haunting over the seas and the fish were getting possessed and all sorts of stuff. The Diplomat Hotel rises from behind the fog like something out of The Shining. This is a hotbed for paranormal activity, another alleged scene of wartime atrocities. In the early 1900s, this was a seminary, and it said that the Japanese secret police were torturing and decapitating the clergy members who once called this place home. It is said that headless nuns and priests stalk the lonely corridors, crying out to God in their pitiful wails. The Laparelle White House is another haunted abode. Sold recently and made into a restaurant. This house was taken over by the Japanese during World War II. During this time, the house witnessed a number of unspeakable horrors. It's like a time capsule, and visitors are reminded of the painful memories. Throughout the house, you could hear blood-curdling screams of the innocent men and women who met their unfortunate deaths in these dark hallways. So spooky, this place, it was even made a movie out of it. And what about the Red House? It instantly screams bloody murder. Guerrillians were taken here and brutally tortured, and some were even buried alive. The Japanese occupied this during the war and held many women and children captives and did unspeakable things. So the Philippines has it all, from the beautiful scenery and areas to, wow, haunted houses, hanging graves, a forgotten ghost town that was during the siege from the Japanese from World War II. Crazy, nobody talks about this. And then there was that volcano that erupted and left all these people buried at sea unwillingly. So what do you think? Is the Philippines haunted or not? Are these places haunted? Well, let me tell you, right after I downloaded just the pictures, didn't even do the video yet, I put on my ghost tube to ask my children a question, and I started getting all these. Do they look familiar? So because of that, I'm pretty sure all these places are haunted. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next adventure.